At the beginning of the movie, we can see an old man steals a light from light poles. I can understand him. Have you ever seen an electricity bill in 2023? Oddly dressed, suspicious people leave a cradle with a baby on a doorstep of a house. In the following scenes, this child is grew up. His name is Harry and his family is definitely a bunch of jerks. At the zoo, Harry is speaking with a snake. It may look odd, but if I remember my ex-girlfriend, I can tell that I too have an ability to speak a language of serpents. Very famous scene where Harry receiving a letter. An owl brought this letter. May I ask you, are you still waiting for your own owl? A ton of letters are filling the house. Only if FedEx could work like that, it would be a magic. FedEx has a lot in common with this movie. It's all about magic, but in a different manner. A big hairy man reveals the identity of Harry. The boy is a wizard, but not a common one, the chosen one. Of course, whoever the main character could be. All wizards must learn in magician school. In a city location, they get everything that is needed for education. Harry is a rich person, by the way. He's an orphan, but his parents left him a bequest. The bank is managed by strange little creatures. They're called goblins, and they're like children, but ugly. Hagrid took something precious from the bank. In a private conversation, the story of Voldemort is told. Kids, never play with dark arts, or you can lose your nose. Syphilis can give the same result as well. It's an advice for adults. And from that point, things are getting strange. Why would you ever willing to say your precious child, your blood and flesh, to Hogwarts? The place where he or she could be just smashed by a troll, poisoned by spiders, or just fell from a broomstick. I also wanted to ask, do they hate their own children? In the train, main characters of the saga are gathering together, Ron, Hermione and Harry. I really like that they are using simple open boats without any life-saving jackets for children. Any violation of safety regulations in this movie can be explained by magic. Any shit can be described like, it's just a magic. Sorting hat is the best. If such thing existed in the real world, it would be much easier for a lot of people to find their purpose of life. How many times have you heard that someone don't know what he or she want to do in life? Take that hat and boom! You're going to be an electrician, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a stripper. That's easy. Scenes of different lessons can bring flashbacks to you. Good or bad, it depends, it's very individual. I'm sure that everyone had a teacher like Professor Snape. That guy could terrify you badly. Professor Madame Hooch, the instructor for flying lessons, introduces the students to their first flying class. She explains the basics, commons and safety measures associated with flying on broomsticks. It's an essential dream for a majority of people to be able to fly. It's amazing to fly freely, like a bird, they say. Be afraid of your dreams. That poor guy Neville almost died on a levitation class. When Troll appears, the dignity of our main characters unveils. The boys are saving Hermione, who's stuck in a bathroom. Girls can spend a lot of their time in a bathroom, it's a common thing, no surprise here. The film emphasizes the importance of friendship and social connections in the formative years. Harry, Ron and Hermione's friendships becomes a central pillar of support for each other as they navigate the challenges of a new environment. Quidditch is the quintessence of all Harry Potter universe. Grab a bunch of defenseless children, make them fight against each other on a huge height, add dangerous ball called bludger, and you're done. Wikipedia says that bludger is a round, jet-black ball made of iron, an iron bloody hell, where child protective services were looking. I would no wonder if there were spikes, reinforcement bars, and sharks at the bottom. We have anxiously hopes for just two things, bread and circuses. I really like how Christmas is portrayed. Where do you live? Can you write in the comments below? I wonder if you have all 4 seasons and have you ever touched snow? Regarding on do you like snow or not, Hogwarts is the best place to illustrate authentic Christmas. Snow, castle, fireplace, magic and true essence of a holiday. On the Christmas day, Harry gets a cloak of invisibility, a very rare thing. A lot of men want to have such thing, don't we? I was trying to come up with an idea how can we use a cloak of invisibility for a good cause. Only bad things were coming to my mind. Harry was trying to find a book about Nicholas Flamel, a creator of Philosopher's Stone. The whole trio plus Malfoy were detention for walking at night. They were sentenced to go with Hagrid in the Forbidden Forest. It will be revealed that in the next scenes that Voldemort sucked the blood of unicorns. The image of Voldemort kinda reminds me of Vlad Tepes, the infamous Graf Dracula. A centaur saved a young boy from you-know-who. Centaurs are amazing creatures. No doubt that for many reasons women would prefer if we were looking like them. There are many advantages in that. You have an animal and a man at your service, 2 in 1, very convenient. Until this moment, throughout much of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Snape is presented in a way that may lead viewers to believe he is antagonistic. However, as the series progresses, it becomes evident that Snape's character is more nuanced. Our heroes are going to protect the Philosopher's Stone, and for that they need to bypass a huge Cerberus called Fluffy. My neighbor has a similar dog, an adorable creature. Luckily it can be lulled to sleep by soft music. Then they have to escape roots of unimaginably large killer plant, then chase a flying metal key in a swarm of other keys, then win a deadly chess game, sounds great. At the end, the arch-enemy is revealed. Professor Quirrell is a puppet in the hands of Voldemort. Quirrell has made all crimes, not Professor Snape, and Lord Voldemort is just a huge pimple on a face. Harry did his best to burn Professor Quirrell. If I were a child and burned someone, I would be definitely traumatized. It's interesting that there are a lot of professors of all kinds, but who they really need in Hogwarts is a psychotherapist. We can see Harry smiling after a little wise chit-chat with Principal of Hogwarts. The school year culminates in the House Cup ceremony, where points are awarded to students for various achievements and deducted for rules breaking. Gryffindor, despite facing challenges and losing points early in the story, emerges victorious and wins the House Cup. This achievement is celebrated by the Gryffindor students, and the entire house is filled with joy. Headmaster Albus Dumbledore delivers some closing remarks, highlighting the bravery and exceptional efforts of the students. Courage and friendship are definitely good things, but for this place, surveillance cameras and some serious security measures could be even better.